Thank you. We'll call the October 2, 2023 meeting of Greenville Board of Public Works and Safety to order at 5:30 p.m. Contrary to what the clock says. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hoover?
Here.
Mr. Rutherford?
Here.
Mr. Baldwin?
Here.
Thank you.
We're going to delay consideration of the minutes of our last meeting until our next meeting, which will be October 16th.
Yes.
Mr. Petty, you're up first, my friend. First on the agenda for Todd is the sale of the Charger.
Yes, we have new vehicles and we have some going out, and we were approached by the kind of Oak Cross that lost a vehicle. We have one that we can dispose of now, so requesting approval to sell a 2018 Charger with the VIN ending 218170 to town of Homecroft for the amount of $10,000. And to authorize myself with America sign the purchase agreements and associated documents.
Questions for Todd? There's a motion to approve his request.
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Todd, now we've got some other things going on.
Yeah, the next thing I have is back in December, I believe it was 1922 meeting, the board approved the purchase of a new grapple truck for waste management department. That finally came in, so we had to wait until closer to get a value for the trade-in. So we're requesting you to authorize me to trade in and release the 2014 Kenworth grapple VIN ending 405667 for a trade-in value of $45,000 towards the purchase price of the 2024.
Questions for Todd on this issue?
I move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And the final thing I have is, as we know, I believe it was the last meeting that we settled I was authorized to settle a total loss agreement with Geico Insurance on our 2014 Ford F-250 in the police department. So I'm requesting approval to purchase a 2021 Chevrolet 2500 in the amount of $44,915 to replace this truck that we paid out of the proceeds from the truck out of the insurance fund, with the remaining being covered out of the local law enforcement.
Questions for this matter? And Greg, that's all okay?
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
I'll move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Wasn't a question. It's always nice to figure on the record.
Yep, that's fine.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Todd. Next, gonna talk to Bill Terry, we engineers, about 7 Brew primary plat issues. Wow.
Yes.
Sorry. Bill, good evening, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Tell us what we're doing here.
That plan's a little different from what we finally ended up. We're not gonna have to do an aqua swirl since there's an AS4 on site already. So that's changed a little bit. So we had difficulty with the existing pipe that runs towards the north and towards the west, towards lane 1 and lane 2. That's an existing pipe. It comes down to the intersection in that area, and there's a low end section. So we're modifying that, but with the shallowness of that pipe, we have to ask for a storm waiver. We're like 18 inches, but we also did class 5 RCP pipe to encumber that. Also add that we don't have a lot of semi traffic on 7 Brews. It's mainly cars. So we asked for a waiver to be approved.
Northwest corner.
Yep, so it used to be a building. And that's for the house, the parking lot, Mashtrack parking lot.
Say again where this is.
Meridian Meadows and 135, kind of just south of Mashtrack.
Right in front of the Dollar General.
Your take on this, Mark?
We are not opposed to this. It's all privately maintained storm sewer, so we have no
there was a decision that we need to undertake after considering several things that are set forth in the statute.
I move to approve the request for the waiver.
I'll second that. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too. So is that gonna be a right through operation?
Yeah, there's one, the Costco parking lot, county line. So,
Nice little traffic. Anyone from the audience wish to address us? Chief, would you like to?
I would like to.
I don't believe you, but go ahead.
About 30 minutes ago, I was called by court staff. I went down, they have a SIG Model 400 AR-15 style rifle that the previous security guard purchased with court funds. The judge wants it out of there, so he has requested to transfer, and I've got his letter here, the firearm to the custody of the police department. If you approve this, I would also ask the approval to trade this weapon into Keesler's, who we do business with, for a Rock River AR-15, which we issue to our officers. Otherwise, this rifle will be no good to us. Correct. The serial number on the rifle is 20L, as in Lincoln 010690. I would put an approximate value of about $900.
Questions for the chief?
I move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, thank you.
Chief. Anyone else in the? Anyone else in the audience, either in person or online, would like to address us? Hearing none. Good news from Mr. Hodgson.
The email that we discussed last week was followed by a formal letter, so the agreed order is officially closed down.
Let's go on to your status of tax.
Let's start with resolution 2310. Makes more sense to do it in this order. And this is approving capital projects and issuance of bonds. And I think Greg's here to be able to discuss why we need to do this.
So we would be looking at issuing a general obligation bond as part of our budget process. So it would be funding another fire engine as well as some road projects. And that would be what would be going into that bond, which then feeds into the agreements with LWG and TAP as well.
Questions for Greg or Sam? We have resolution 23-10 in front of us.
I move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next up is the 2024 general obligation bonds, the contracts with the financial advisor and bond counsel engagements. These are required if we're going to do a bond, and they're under the same terms and conditions as the last several bonds.
All right, do these one, we have the TAP in the agreements. Questions for Sam on these, or Greg, I suppose? Hearing none, I'll move for approval of both of these.
Second.
And authorizing the mayor to sign on behalf of the board. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next up is the 2023 city auction, and this is for approval of the items to be sold, and also the approval of the contract with the auctioneers.
It's the same term we've used with Christie for.
Yes.
Correct. I'll move for approval of both of those issues for contract with Christie's auction and place these items for auction.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next up is the Worcester Road grant easement. Good news is the legislature has finally done something that benefits cities, and we no longer have to buy $7,000 of appraisals to transfer a $500 parcel of property, so we could do this without any of those undertakings. And this is, it's a Duke easement and only serves a city facility.
Who would sign this?
I would ask you to have either the mayor or deputy mayor sign, please.
I move for approval. Yes, mayor would sign.
Or the deputy mayor?
Or deputy. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And my final item is a contract for installation of the German virus elimination devices to be installed in the city center clinic.
So what kind of devices here?
These boxes that are, you've seen around the area that,
Purification.
Okay.
air purification.
Lawyers.
We've got them on the second and fourth floors, but since sick people go into the clinic, that would probably be a good place to have it as well.
This contract is for probably the mayor or deputy mayor sign as well.
Please.
I'll move for approval. Neither of those to sign.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, anything from you? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm
Don't worry.
trying to help you, Mark, I'm sorry.
Um,
I wonder why we're talking about roundabout the grade.
It does say authorized payment, so.
Yeah.
The first item I have is for Smith Valley Road, Woodland Boulevard, Sweeney Valley. We're asking that you authorize the RDC to make a payment and to accept the permanent right of way for parcel 4. It's located in the southeast corner of the intersection. It's the southernmost property we're acquiring right away from. We're acquiring 0.032 acres of permanent right of way for $2,550.
So this is Bo Taylor's.
That'd be lot, yep,
Yeah, that's off of April, not Woodman, right?
correct.
You,
You said.
the
Woodland,
agenda
it's on
says
it.
It does say
Woodman.
I was wondering how Bo Taylor had property on there as well as in the corner.
Yeah, it would be Smith Valley neighbor, I apologize.
That, yeah,
Smitty Valley.
Sweeney Valley.
I move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
just seeing if you're paying attention to the agenda. that's
I
all.
was wondering how Bo Taylor was, 3/4 of the city. Good business, I guess. Okay, anything else, Mark? That look like it? Oh, now we can talk to the big guy about the big items.
So we've got two items this evening for me. We sent out last month the budgets for sanitation and waste management. I can bring them up on the screen if anybody has questions they want me to go through or any line items they want to check on.
I looked at it and didn't have any questions. Thank you.
So I would just request approval of those two budgets.
So, should we do the same, you think does it matter if we do them individually or as a group?
I think you could take them together if you choose.
Pleasure of the board, with respect to the sanitation budget and the waste management.
Move that we approve the 2024 sanitation budget and 2024 waste management budget.
I'll second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Greg, thank you for your work on that, appreciate it. And Mr. Rutherford, that was over 3 years.
We approve the claims as presented.
Further discussion? Okay, now Sam. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I can't lose, sadly. Amanda, where do I sit?
Where Shannon sits.
Okay.
I got one person.
We'll stand adjourned at 5:45 PM. Thank you.